Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, and today I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at knottylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable, and please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One.
Listen. I really don't know who the fuck is in charge. This shit's terrible, man. Shit's soggy like cornflakes out here. Baby girl, if you got to go to work tomorrow, call in sick. Because you think that lace front gonna make it? Yeah, it's not. Baby bro, now's a chance to get you some new boots. Because this might be my last weather report for the winter. I ain't gonna be playing out here with this weather. One day it's snowing, one day it's raining. It ain't even cold out here. I'm pissed, you heard? And I'm soggy on the way to the gym. You heard? That's the what, but try to play hooky tomorrow. School work, tell your boss you sick. Fuck that. This shit's soggy. You heard?
Good morning, Naughty Crew. Welcome back to my channel. You gotta love Jim Jones and his weather reports, but he is so on point every single time. I hope everybody is doing well. He is right. It is so soggy on the East Coast. We don't know how to dress. We don't know how to feel. The weather is just bipolar. It's swinging. I'm sorry. That's the only word to describe it. I'm not trying to mock anyone with mental illness, but like one day is freezing, the next day is like spring. So it's just like make up your mind already. I hope everybody is feeling okay. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to hit that like button as you're loading up into the room. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We're talking about trending topics over here today. And I blog my life from time to time. Make sure you're following us on our different social media platforms. They're all running across the banner below. Please also subscribe to my backup channel. We're trying to get monetized over there. All right. I got a bunch of trending topics for y'all today. Okay, we got a bunch of answers and people responding to a few stories that we got into. Jim Jones, he dropping jewels about interracial dating. I was like, okay, my man coming into his manhood now. Okay, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. We got Martell Holt from Love and Marriage Huntsville. He was arrested. I'm not surprised, the narc that he is. Angela Bassett, she received an honorary Oscar. We're going to get into it. Bernice King, Dr. Martin Luther King's daughter, she is responding to Jonathan Majors, making reference to her mom, Coretta Scott. Okay, and I was here for it. And we got 50 Cent hitting that Taraji getting closer to working with him. So I told y'all I think it's a whole bunch of things on the horizon for 50 Cent. And we want to be here for it, Naughty Crew. And then if we have time, we'll get into some other trending topics. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this intro and I'm gonna be right back. Yes. Thank you all for joining me. Good morning, Jayla. Appreciate you joining me. Good morning to everybody in the bushes. Just please make sure you're hitting that like button. That's how YouTube knows that we're here. All right. Share my content. Share my content on your different social media platforms and support the channel. Donate. Okay. I appreciate all the support thus far for sure. Shout out to all my day one subs, my new subs, and my subs to come. We putting that into the universe. And I'm trying to get to 5K subs by the end of this year. And if God loves me, he'll let it be more than that. But, you know, we humble over here at the Naughty Love movement. All right. I hope everybody had a wonderful evening and a beautiful start to their day. I know I had me a great night's sleep. Yes, a great night sleep. All right, so let's jump into trending topics. We started off the show with Jim Jones. Love Jim Jones. But he sat on a podcast, which I thought was dope. And hold on, let me just shout out to Welcome to the Culture. All right, I've been following them, and they have guests on to talk about controversial topics. All right, and so the topic was, can you be pro-black and also date outside of your race? And I was just like intrigued by the conversation. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna share this with my naughty crew because I wanted to get your thoughts. It's a challenging topic. People feel many different ways about this. Some people believe that you should stay within your own race. My personal thoughts is love who you're going to love as long as you're happy and it's a healthy situation. I ain't mad at it. All right. Who am I to judge? Like, seriously, people need to stop controlling other people. So here we go. Let's jump into it.
But love don't come with no complexion if we want to get down to it. You're going to love who you're going to love. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know.
Listen, your pro-blackness got nothing to do with what love is.
Okay.
Love don't come with nothing, or what like is. Like don't come with nothing. You've been conditioned in your household that is pro-black everything, not knowing that somebody from another color might do way more better for you in your life than a black person might do. Not saying it might not be that way. I'm just telling you, love and like don't come with nothing. So what a person preference is a person preferences. And black people have been conditioned for so long ago that there's certain things that we got to stop.
Yeah.
Start letting other things.
Yeah. I don't think a white...
Also, I think being pro-black too, for instance, we're pro-black wealth, right? How do you build black wealth if you don't go and marry someone black? There's no way to pass that wealth down blackly.
You were just trying... Were you trying to rob
Black wealth
the
is
wealth?
black wealth. I make money with white people, but it's still black wealth at the end of the day. When they talk about my legacy and my history,
It come home to a black woman.
That black man did his thing and he got the bag. They're not going to care about...
All right, and just to give you a little perspective, you know, Jim Jones and Christy Lampkin have been together, I would say it's got to be like 20 years, over 20 years probably now. But Christy is Afro-Latina. Her family is from Cuba. So, I mean, I feel like Jim is just open to culture. That's just how I feel. Let me know if y'all agree. Let's see here.
But if you're bringing it home to a white women's, how you passing that down to the black people?
You still having a black kid. If you have a white wife and you have a child with that white wife, that kid is still black.
That kid is mixed race.
Nah, he's black. He get pulled over. He black.
Yeah, he's still black.
Now, I know back in the day, standards, they considered, like, if you even had one drop of African-American, black, whatever you want to call it, melanated in you, you were considered black. Let me know what y'all think about what he's saying.
So when they don't have that shit on, what are you, black or are you black and white or black or white? No, it's are you black or white? And that kid has to put
white or black, whatever they identify as.
Are you still experiencing?
We would think so.
They gotta put
black.
black.
When he get in the office and they open it, they be like, oh, you have a white mother and a black father? Black.
That's what they're gonna say. But that kid, the Meghan Markle,
what people identify with in today's society is bullshit. Let's get to the reality.
Perception.
Okay.
But if you're bringing it home to a white women's, how you passing that down to the black?
You know, it's funny you say that because my father said, "Go where you are loved." Right. And at that time, I was raised in a mixed type city. You know, our school was probably. It might have probably been 70% white and then 25% black. And then that remaining 5% was just everything else, right? And at that time, everybody else I was interested was black. And my pops was like, go where you are appreciated. Go where you are loved. He didn't say, hey, go date a white girl, he didn't say go date Mexican girl, nothing. He didn't say that. He just said go where whoever's showing you attention. So going back to what Jim was talking about, love and like is in the middle, right? So it's like one of those things where if you're feeling this energy from somebody, whoever they are, like you're feeling the love type energy, give it time, give it some attention. You know, it's funny.
I love it. Okay. And I agree with most of what they're saying. I really, really do. And that's coming from the fact that I went to school. All right, I like my middle school years in my late elementary. After we moved from East Orange, we moved. Good morning, Shaby. Good morning, Michelle. Thank y'all for joining me. I went to school in Bloomfield, which was very multicultural. Like I was exposed to so many cultures when I went to Bloomfield. Um, so I couldn't even tell you that it was majority Caucasian or majority. It was a mixed bowl. It was like a fruit bowl. I mean, we had Hispanics, we had Egyptians, we had Muslim people. It was this a mixed bowl. And so then we moved to Glen Ridge, which was kind of like a culture shock for me because it was majority Caucasian and maybe it wasn't even 10% black, y'all. Like my graduating class was only 65 people and only five of us were black or whatever. But there was a lot of interracial mixing, and that's when I learned, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's a matter of who loves you unconditionally, who creates healthy relationship with you. That's what I think it comes down to. In this day and age, I don't feel like, and this is my opinion, I just feel like we're a mixed bowl as a world, period. There's been boundaries crossed racially from back in the day. So, like, at this point, like, I don't feel like if you were to date outside of your race, that takes away from your pro-blackness. You understand? I feel like what you contribute to your community, that is what should count as if you're pro-black or down for the culture, so to speak. Thank you, Michelle. But I just thought this was a very, very good, healthy conversation. And I wanted to share it with my Naughty crew. Especially in this day and age, like people are so narrow-minded and ignorant, and I think conversations like this can be had in a healthy way. I'm serious, and y'all know I'm not like that over here or whatever, because I have people that subscribe to me from all walks of life, all different cultures, and that's one thing I was raised with. Culture. My parents raised us with knowing about and being aware of different cultures and how different people live, and appreciation for culture. So like when I'm traveling, I don't want to hang with the locals. Like I want to really see what's going on. You know what I mean? Like I really want to see how the people are living where they're at. So I just think the world needs to be a lot more open-minded and stop trying to control and limit people through love and who they're attracted to. Me too, Shay B. I have friends from all walks of life. I have my friends that, and I'm just lucky enough to even know still like my childhood friends that I grew up with, but by me living in different areas, it exposed me to many, many, many ways of life. And then through traveling and things like that, it just opened my mind in so many different directions. And you know what? I'm just a believer in there's no boundaries when it comes to loving someone. As far as like if you love someone and you feeling a connection, it's not gonna matter what race they are. You just connected. Exactly. And I'm glad I do. I'm glad I have friends of all nationalities. And I'm glad I don't have limits on my view on life. that could be a prison in itself when you try to limit yourself based upon ignorant beliefs. All right. So I just thought that was a really, really, really good, healthy conversation. And I just thought it was a positive way to really start the morning. Because we got some other stuff to get into. And I swear I plan a show and then I go back. I gotta stop going back to the gram. Because I'm like, oh, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about that. But the main subjects are up there in the title. All right. So I'm not on no clickbait mess. All right. And on a positive note, I want to get into Angela Bassett. All right. So Regina King, which I just spoke about her yesterday because she has a new movie coming out on Netflix. She had the pleasure of honoring Angela Bassett. Hold on, Angela Bassett at the Governor's Awards with an honorary Oscar. All right. So let's hear her speech.
Oh, Angela. Tonight, I have the honor of presenting an Academy Award to a national treasure. The incomparable Angela Bassett, in case you all didn't know. And so many times I've heard people say that Angela is the very embodiment of Black excellence. But let me correct that. She has a perspective and a voice and a beauty that is proudly Black. But what she embodies at her core is beyond anything that is skin deep. She is artistic excellence embodied in human form. Oh, Angela.
I love it. And she greeted her with a kiss, a smooch. Okay. I love Angela Bassett and everything she stands for as a woman. I love what she has contributed to the acting community. She has knocked down doors. Her major roles playing Tina Turner, the late great Tina Turner, love her. She's known for movies, How Stella Got Her Groove Back and Waiting to Exhale, her infamous scene of setting the car on fire, and smoking a cigarette after discovering her husband was leaving her and that her perfect life was shattered. I mean, and then I even love her on her Fox show 911. She's executive producer on that. But she has elevated her career through the years and she transitioned from being on screen to being behind the scenes. And I believe that she is a great example of how to pave the way for the actresses to come up behind her. So Taraji, when you ask, what am I doing? Are you reaching out to your mentors like Angela Bassett? I mean, shout out to the Shade Room for gathering this. And what better honor to be honored by another queen colleague, Regina King, who's also another great actress. But I feel like both Regina King and both Angela Bassett embody a woman knowing her worth. And that's just what I truly feel. So congratulations are in order to Angela Bassett. I even love her husband. I forget his name, but last name Vance. But yeah, their family union and everything. And Angela has been transparent through the years. She shared her struggles with infertility and having to hire a surrogate. And you just never hear any mess. And that just really shows me she's just really truly a queen. Yeah, Way Into Exhale, I could watch that anytime, any day. That's just one of those timeless classics about women and their struggles in relationships and coming together, all right, and supporting one another. And it just goes, that movie just goes to show, like, yeah, we all make mistakes in relationships. And it's just a matter of acknowledging your role in that, and so that you can move forward and grow. But I just love this for her. I really, really do. And I just look forward to seeing her get more accolades. But you could tell Angela Bassett, she doesn't do what she do to collect a trophy. She does what she does because that's what she loves, her art. And that just shows. That just shows. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, up next. All right, so yesterday we went through Jonathan Majors, and he responded to his comment when he was recorded screaming at his girlfriend, like, you need to be more like Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama. And his answer to that is, um who he was representing was like their male counterpart, their spouses, and that's why he made reference to this woman behaving more like these leaders, and it threw everyone for a loop. And there was mixed reviews on why he would make that correlation or make that comparison. Some people felt like she couldn't even know what it is to walk in those shoes. Yes, Michelle GM, she is definitely humble, Angela Bassett. Yeah, so I was conflicted around that comment. I felt like it was loaded, and I'm still conflicted. Hearing that interview from Good Morning America changed my whole thought process about him. Because I just really felt like he was gaslighting and acting. Um, quite frankly, I felt like it was unfair for him to put that type of pressure on her as a partner. Hear me out, okay? Um, Also, what I thought about after we listened to the interview, the way he spoke of Megan Good and put her up on this pedestal. I just felt like he was using her as a trophy, as a scapegoat, as a media cover up, a way to portray his image in a certain way. I felt like he was using Megan in his comment. Yes, I agree. He should have never did that interview. It made him look worse. It made him look worse. And my thing was, like, take some accountability for your role in all of this. You've been convicted. Only thing he did was, I shouldn't have been in that relationship and I shouldn't have been in that car. How convenient. How convenient you're saying that now. I mean, we all know it now. All right. But Bernice King, Martin Luther King's daughter, Coretta Scott King's daughter, spoke out. Shout out to the neighborhood talks for capturing her statement and her comments. Shout out to this queen. Okay, let me give her full queen. Okay. She said, oops, Dr. Bernice King, daughter of Coretta Scott King, responds to Jonathan Majors saying Megan Good held him down like a Coretta. My mother wasn't a prop. She posted to Twitter. My mother wasn't a prop. She was a peace advocate before she met my father and was instrumental in him speaking out against the Vietnam War. Please understand, my mama was a force. Here's what I wrote about her a few years ago, and she posted her link.
Question, especially in the Black community, as you're probably well aware, that people were saying, well, why was he telling this woman to be like Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama?
It was me trying to give an analogy of what it is I'm aspiring to be. You know, these great men, Martin, President Obama, and trying to give a reference point to that. One of the things I also say is like, I need her, in that case, Grace, to make the same sacrifices that I am making.
Through it all, Major's new girlfriend, actress Megan Good, has remained by his side, even present for our interview.
How would you describe your relationship?
Well, she's an angel. She's held me down like
Some who...
It's just all foolery.
like a Coretta, you know? I'm so blessed.
I mean, it's all like an anomaly. Like, I just really feel like he was acting. And good morning, Carol. I really feel like he was acting, but Bernice, she has spoke out in defense of her mom, and I appreciate her statement. I really do, and that's how I feel. I feel like he is using Megan Good as a prop. All right, and I just really feel like she needs to get away from him. He's a narcissist. He doesn't know how to take accountability for his actions. And he's gonna do anything to get back in good favor of the public. I really do believe that. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Bernice King's statement in honor of her mom. Hey, Latoya, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We getting into some trending topics, right? We getting into some trending topics. Up next. Wait, y'all, did y'all know? This came across my feed this morning. Did y'all know that Mariah Carey and the Brat are best friends for 27 years? I mean, I get it because of, Jermaine Dupri, they all were at the same studio, but I didn't know they were best friends for 27 years. Where did you send it, Toya? I did not know that. I was like, ooh, that's a fun fact for today. That is a fun fact for today. All right. Up next, I'm gonna get into 50 because he's hitting at Taraji, and I just love 50. He's trying to be nice. He let up on the trolling a little bit, and he's just trying to promote his projects a lot more. So shout out to him. He posted this morning. See, he like, where there's a will away, there's a way, and I'm gonna put it into the universe. All right. So he posted this, I want to say 7 hours ago. And he said, someone called me today thinking I was BSing about working with Taraji P. Henson. Till I told them what I made stars pay Mary J. Blige to be on Ghost. I ain't out here effing around. All right, Taraji. Okay, 50 trying to give you the bag, honey. You better go get it. I'm here for it, Naughty Crew. I would love to see them work together. This person says 50 Cent needs to go on Club Shay Shay and empty out the clip. Just expose everyone. That way he can focus on positivity the rest of the year. He's saying he should pull a Cat Williams. This person said, mindset, love it. See you on the set soon. That's what I'm saying. I love it too. This person said, what they think Tyler Perry is to the Black community. Like, say what you want. 50 employs our community. He's given a lot of young men a start in a career through all his shows, through his Power series, through BMF. Um, he's given a lot of black actors a great start in life. Yes. Who put on Monique? 50 or Tyler? I know Tyler did Elvin. Elvin was working at Trader Joe's and someone blasted him and Tyler gave him a job and he was on halves and a half nots. But I'm here for it. You never know. I'm gonna get my little acting resume up. I may go down to 50 Cent Studios to get me a role, okay? Oh, 50, yes. Yeah. He gives a lot of black actors a chance. And I love it. I love how he try to uplift the community and he's not a scavenger. So like Diddy, excuse me. Soon as he get up there, the first thing he do is exploit his people. Disgusting. Disgusting. All right, let's get into this Martell Holt crap. Yeah, Monique is on BMF. Let's get into this Martell Holt. Okay, he was arrested, which I'm not surprised. Naughty Crew, judging by his behaviors and things like that, I'm not surprised. Especially with him threatening to leak SDX tapes of Melody. Like he would stop at nothing. And I really felt like with him, because I don't watch the show no more. Like it just really got really redundant to me. And I just became not interested in none of the storylines. And I just really feel like the drama overshadowed what the show was supposed to be about, which was couples in business and showcasing their different businesses. And I feel like the show kind of got away from that. But just how he moved on the show, always trying to be up in Melody face, it kind of gave me, because Narcs, when they lose control, they'll do anything. They'll stalk you, anything to get you back. And my heart went out to Melody because she had to constantly have this thrown in her face. All right. But he to me, Martell is dumb to me. And he thinks his good looks will always get him over. He just strikes me as that type of guy. He one of them people. He think if he bat his eyes the right way, you gonna fall in favor of him with no facts. And in all actuality, this guy is a whole bum. Okay, he can't even pass his builder's license. Come to find out, Melody was everything. She was the builder's license. She put everything together. And he was just benefiting off of all her hard work, sweat, and tears. All right. And so he was even bold enough to cheat on her publicly and humiliate her publicly. But what Martell never banked on was Melody leaving his behind. Martell never thought she would leave, and she left. And you see a man unraveling and losing his grip. That's why he got so much hate when he go on Carlos King. Now his latest is the show is manipulative and trying to make him look in a bad light. Sir, you did that on your own. And I haven't watched in a while, and I know this is the case. I'm just not into it. Shout out to AT too. He said it best. The show was boring. The show was boring to me. Okay. And I don't know. Maybe if I'm sick in bed one day and I'm just home, maybe if it come across my feed, I might check it out. But like to keep up with the show, and I feel like all of these men on this show, for the most part, are chauvinistic. All right, they don't value their wives. I feel like a lot of them gaslight, except for like Lewis and the other couple, ooh, the ones that wanted to do business with Martell. I can't think of their name or whatever. One, because the wife looks like Shirley Caesar to me or whatever. Except for those two, the other husbands, the my soul and what's the other one name? That's married to Kimmy, Maurice. I feel like they gaslight their wives. I really do. And yes, Michelle, he's definitely very arrogant. Well, his arrogant behind finally got locked up for his actions. And this is how you, like, when you're dealing with a narc, you have to hold them accountable in the moment. You can't let stuff go. Because they'll try to flip it on you and twist it. And have everybody believing that you the bad one or you the one causing all the problems when it really be them. So when dealing with a narc, you have to hold them accountable in the moment. All right. So shout out to the Shade Room for capturing this. Martell Holt arrested and charged with DV according to police records. Okay. So according to Madison County Sheriff Office records, Love and Marriage Huntsville star Martell Holt was arrested on a DV harassing communication charge. All right. And here's the charges. He was booked in yesterday at 4:02 p.m. And there's the charge, DV and third harassing communication. So what I have learned about this charge is basically, I think, communication. There's like probably some emails or text message where they were able to convict him on, and good for him because I feel, I mean, it's about time he's held accountable because he has been harassing Melody for years. He has been using his social media as a weapon towards her. He's been harassing her. Yeah, Stormy husband is a good one too. He's a no holds bar. But Martell strikes me as a bitch ass nigga. I'm sorry, and this behavior comes back, it goes back to his relationship with his mother. And you can tell by their dynamic. It's like she's scared to hold him accountable for his mess. I mean, she did say you just like your daddy, but as soon as everything was going down, she was on her son's side against Melody and not holding him truly accountable. His mama created this narcissist. I don't watch this show anymore either, but I know we all know who he is or whatever. And I say it's about time he's held accountable, and I think it's going to be more to come. I think this man is broke. He done bit off more he could chew. He got all them kids now. He's desperate. I knew when he appeared on Real Housewives of Atlanta with Sheree, I knew that was a fake relationship. That was a business arrangement. It gave desperate. I need a check. It gave desperate on both parts between Sheree and him. So it's disgusting. I'm just glad this narc is finally being held accountable. I wonder why. Carlos rarely speaks on his own shows. That's what's crazy. He rarely speaks on his own shows. But I knew it was coming. I could tell by his behavior on the show that he could be aggressive. He's definitely homophobic. He's homophobic towards Melody and her brother. He has a lot to work on. And he's another one that does not like to take accountability for his actions. He's never really taken full accountability for how he did Melody. And he tried to blame her when he was caught out there. Talking about, well, you weren't performing your wifely duties. So that's why I went over here with coleslaw to get what my needs met. That just shows the immaturity on his part. And rather than leaning into his partner and asking for what he needs, he went outside of his marriage and broke down their whole family. Period. And I think this charge is a testament of a narcissist unraveling and falling apart. And I don't think this is going to be the first thing that happens. And I'll be quite honest, Coleslaw, she's so thirsty to be a clout chaser in the limelight. That's why she's still dealing with him. But girl, you in danger. You in danger. And that's just the reality of it. In my opinion, I do not think it's beyond him to lay hands on women. And that's my opinion. Just based off of his personality traits. I just really don't. He big mad because Mel said she didn't have, I believe that's a woman getting off their entire marriage. I mean, they got married young. They probably didn't even know themselves. You know what I'm saying? Up next, I want to get into Sunny from The View. She had some interesting thoughts as in regards to our politics and the state of our politics today. And people, we really need to start paying attention to what is going on. Um, there's manipulation tactics going on all around you, and it really started when they overturned Roe versus Wade and not giving us rights to our bodies anymore as women. All right, but she really broke it down. I was like, oh my god, yes, this is the state of like, people really need to pay attention. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk.
When Joe Biden issued that video, 2020 rather, and he said, I'm running to save the soul of this country. It resonated with me in a way that I never thought it would. And that's how he got my vote, as everybody knows, because I can, switch around candidates that I like or not. And when I listen to we're going to save our democracy, I start thinking, well, unfortunately, you didn't really save the soul of this country because we're more divided now than we ever were. And I start thinking, well, then our democracy.
Agreed. There's a lot of divisive tactics going on right now. And that's like, people need to pay attention to the manipulation that's going on around us.
Is really at risk. So those two things can exist at the same time, right? So stay with me here. What we're seeing by the Republican Party, and I give it to them, we're seeing a long game. We're seeing that they are dismantling or attempting to dismantle institutions. All of a sudden, the most elite colleges and universities in the world, which, by the way, they all went to. Everybody in the Supreme Court went there. Elise Stefanik went there. All the Congress people went there. Ted Cruz went there. Those schools are not good enough anymore.
Pay attention to the contradictions that take place right in your face, right up underneath your nose. Pay close attention.
Because I think because now people that don't look like them were getting in. Affirmative action, no more. Why? So that people that don't look like them don't get in. Women don't have reproductive rights anymore over their own bodies. Why? So they can have power over women. Why is French and Mandarin and Spanish being taken away from our public schools so that we can be a monolingual society and can't compete globally? We, the Republicans, are intentionally dumbing down our electorate, erasing history so that past can become prologue and so they can remain in power. And it's grievance politics at its best. And it's because people see what Sarah was saying. I can't pay my electric bill. My gas bill's high. I need my food. And
this is the conversation across America right now. everyone's talking about how high food is, how expensive everything is, the inflation of everything. And I really, really believe this is by design. Just like I believe the Sea Girl was brought here by design.
Why is that? Why is my station in life like this? It's because that black guy got into Harvard and became president. Or it's because that immigrant is over there doing better than driving a nicer car than I'm driving. It's grievance politics, but culture wars specific. And I wish people could see it in that way, because this is not by accident. And in 2016.
All right. I don't think it's by accident either. Hence, all of the immigrants that are flooding our country that we have no room for. Okay? We have no room. We can't afford. We got $1 trillion deficit funding what? How many wars? 2 wars. Letting all these immigrants in. I believe it's by design. You know, and I'm kicking myself, and I can admit when I'm wrong, right? Look, we was laughing at Trump when he was talking about build that wall. That wall makes sense now. That wall makes sense now. And Sleepy Joe, we can't help everybody if we can't help ourselves here in this country. And I just think Joe Biden has been blocked in a lot of ways, and he's just trying to do good deeds all around to deflect. And it's at the detriment of who, though? It's just weird. Y'all let me know if y'all agree with Sunny's point of view, but I'm just like, when I read that, like when I listened to her, I had to really like sit in that and say, you know what? Grievance politics. Interesting. Interesting. Look, we're in a state, like America's in a state today, like we need to gear up and prepare because anything can happen. I think people are dropping warnings all around us. It's just a matter of us taking heed and taking action and paying attention. All right. So yesterday, let's move on to our next story because I got a couple. Kevin Hart. Yesterday we discussed Tory Hart joining exactly. You know what I mean? Donald Trump is a lot of things. Let me tell you something. And I can't stand a lot of his ways. But there's a method to his madness, unfortunately. Hey, Michelle. She said, it sure does, Naughty. We didn't get it then, but we get it now about the wall. Exactly. I can admit when I was wrong. I'm not like that. Like, in hindsight, I'm like, you know what? He was right. Like, we are getting flooded. My local Home Depot is packed with outsiders that don't, like, we don't know what their backgrounds are. This is dangerous. They're letting in criminals. They're letting in grapists. I'm just saying. And just to piggyback off of what Sunny was saying, shout out to the Jasmine brand for capturing this. Florida Republican lawmakers introduced a bill allowing residents to file defamation suits if they're accused of racism or homophobia. Okay? This speaks to that point. This speaks to that point. All right. According to the new of Florida, Republican lawmakers have introduced a bill that would make it defamation to accuse someone of racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia. The bill was introduced by State Senator Jason Browder. If signed into law, defendants found liable for defamation could be fined at least $35,000 under the proposed measure. Proving actual malice is one of the key requirements of a successful defamation case. This bill will make that easier by establishing conditions for a fact finder to automatically infer that actual malice took place after an accusation of discrimination. We could barely get y'all to acknowledge slavery. And now, if you accuse someone of racism or homophobia, you could file a defamation lawsuit. Go figure. They letting in everybody. They are. But look at this. On the tail end of what Sonny was just saying. We just not so long ago implemented laws to protect us from racism and discrimination. And now you can file a defamation lawsuit if you accuse somebody of racism, but you have to prove that there's malice intent. Like in Natasha K lawsuit, that's why she lost, because they were able to prove malice intent behind it. There's food for thought, Naughty Crew. Pay attention to these new laws that are coming out. And just when we thought we were moving forward, we take steps back. All right. So, Kevin Hart responds to Tori Hart joining the tour with Cat Williams. And, you know, Cat Williams is trending. He did another interview and it's already got 1 million views or whatever. But Kevin Hart responded in his media trained way. I mean, he's not going to bash the mother of his kids. I've never heard him bash the mother of his children. So shout out to the Shade Room for capturing this. Here we go.
Even Charlamagne, a lot of people were saying that Kat was trying to downplay your accomplishments. What to you is the driving force behind your success?
My success is my success. I want everybody to win. I love everybody.
I love that. Once again, you know, your ex-wife is going on tour with Kat.
I want everybody to win. I hope the tour is great.
I love that. So you are supportive of her. Even Charlamagne, a lot of people were saying...
I think he meant that, okay? I think Tori is winning by doing this tour, but I heard some sarcasm behind that comment. I hope everyone's winning. It was the thumbs up that sealed the deal for me. Like, this is sarcasm at its finest. But I hope she winning too. Seriously, I hope she does great on her tour, and I'm glad I don't think he's going to bash the mother of his kids. Seriously, Kevin Hart, a lot of things. He a womanizer. He a lot of things. All right, so Trump is having a temper tantrum, okay, because people are trying to states are trying to remove him from ballots, and he is not liking that. And you know, in true Trump fashion, when he does not get his way, what does he do? He bashes everybody around him. Here we go. Shout out to Baller Alert for this footage.
When there's a crash, I hope it's going to be during this next 12 months, because I don't want to be Herbert Hoover. The one president.
Yeah, so Trump is talking about the economy crashing. So if I can't win, no one can win. Wham, wham.
I just don't want to be Herbert Hoover. When there's a crash, I hope it's going to be during this next 12 months because I don't want to be Herbert Hoover. The one president, I just don't want to be Herbert Hoover. When there's a
All right, so in a recent interview, former President Trump said he thinks the economy is going to crash soon. He hopes it happens within the next year so that President Biden gets the blame. That's the only, he's so petty. Trump doesn't want to be to blame for an economic crash like President Hoover was for the Great Depression. All right? He is so petty, I swear. Let it be all Biden's fault, okay? Didn't he leave Biden a mess too? He left him a mess too. After the insurrection and things like that. All right. Comedian Gary Owens, because Cat Williams also mentioned him. I like Gary Owens. He was in Think Like a Man. He's in a lot of movies, but I love his sense of humor.
I got to get into all. I got to unpack.
Sorry, he clapped back at Cat Williams about the comments he had where he refused to suck D for $1 million. So shout out to Welcome to the Culture. Here we go.
This podcast, because Cat made a comment where he said, why you think Gary Owen, who's a white guy, has been doing stand-up for 25 years, hasn't crossed over? And when he said it, I was like, wait a minute, was that a good thing or bad thing? And I literally had to go to Twitter and start asking people, was I catching strays or what was that? And they was like, no, they were saying you haven't sold your soul. That's why you haven't crossed over. You've been consistently you, and that's why you haven't, quote unquote, crossed over. So I was like, oh, okay, that made sense. Now, I'm not going to get into it, but I've been, I was in an awkward situation one time where I can't say for 100% this person was trying to make me do something, casting couch type deal, but it felt like it. And I was like, is this that I got to get into I got to unpack this. Is this that point where I've always heard, would you suck a dick for $1 million? And I was thinking to myself, and I was in this office in this room going, well, this is I'm about to answer this question. And the answer was no, I wouldn't. So now I listen, I can't say for 100% that's where it was going, but it felt like it. It felt like it. You got to be in the room to feel it. And I was like, oh, this dude is really coming on to me. Like, this is happening in real life. And the dude did it, and he'll always remain nameless. I think he was feeling me out. Like, is this dude? And this was years ago. I was young in the game, but I was just like, wait a minute, is this happening right now? I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, I made sure I made it very clear I like women. I'm not going that route. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm not gonna get into it, but I was wondering. I was like, "Ooh, is this happening to me right now in real life?" So I think Kat was saying I haven't sold my soul, and that's why I haven't crossed over. And then I was like,
They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years?
Okay, so he's just addressing what Kat put out there, and I like Gary Owens. I'm glad he didn't cross over. Oh, Shay B, she gave us a fun fact. Wendy Williams tried dating Gary Owens a few years ago. He's definitely dateable. I would consider dating him because he'll make me laugh. He'll make me laugh. I love Gary Owens. All right. So Jeffrey Epstein, shout out. I think this is the Jasmine brand that shared this. More until Jeffrey Epstein docs revealed one victim was allegedly trafficked to former Victoria's Secret CEO Les Wexner multiple times. Okay, let me give you a backstory about Les Wexner. All right, he was a billionaire financier, and for a long time, him and Jeffrey were buddies, bosom buddies. Okay, and people did not understand how like Jeffrey acquired his wealth in the beginning. And one of his main tactics, he would blackmail people. He would get people in precarious situations and record them and then use it as blackmail, right? Well, I believe he blackmailed Les Wexner, and I believe he got him to sign over a power of attorney. If you've seen the Netflix documentary Filthy Rich, they make reference to this. And so now we're learning why he would turn over power of attorney to Jeffrey Epstein. And by him turning over power of attorney to Jeffrey Epstein, I mean, this is someone that is not even his kin. It's not even his family. Hey, Black Widow, good morning. You know what I mean? Why would you sign over power of attorney to someone you don't even know? Here is why. Okay, because he had something on him. Jeffrey Epstein was known for blackmailing folk. All right, so Jeffrey Epstein accused of Virginia Guthrie says she was trafficked to former Victoria's Secret CEO Les Wexner on multiple occasions. The revelation came about in more newly unsealed documents in the Epstein case. The claim is from Guthrie's deposition from a 2015 lawsuit that involved allegations against Epstein associates Ghislaine Maxwell. Per the deposition transcript via TMZ, Guthrie says Wexner has sex with her more than 5 times. Guthrie said in the doc that it was Maxwell who set up these sex appointments with Wexner. Wexner hired Epstein in 1987 to be his financial manager. The billionaire has denied any knowledge of Epstein's crime. I think this is him. This was a guy. Look, at the end of the day, this is classic Epstein formula. What he does is he gets all these situations on tape and then he uses it to blackmail you later. And of course, you don't want your secrets out, so you just go along with the flow. Let me know what y'all think about that, Naughty Crew. I just need to take a 30-second break because I need to get my charger. But yeah, he was in the Filthy Rich documentary. Go and check it out. But this is why he was able to get garner so much money from him, because he was involved in the SEX ring. All right, I'll be back in 30 seconds. Yeah, this is what Epstein does. He blackmails people to get his way. He gets you in crazy situations to the point you don't want it exposed, so you'll pay anything for his silence, and that was his formula. Ooh, the Epstein web will continue to unravel, I'm sure. All right, Nicki Minaj. She is trending. Jasmine Brand is on fire this morning, okay? So Nicki Minaj accused of intentionally provoking husband Kenneth Petty into punching a security guard, suing them for assault. Alleged victim asked to be awarded $724,000. All right. So, and it's just crazy because she does all this foolery and nobody recognizes her toxic nature. And she still gets rewarded. She still gets rewarded as the queen, and this is overlooked. You know what I mean? These behaviors, how she sicks her goons on everyone. So rap superstar Nicki Minaj and her husband Kenneth Petty may be responsible for quite a big settlement soon. According to Radar Online, a German security guard suing the couple for assault recently motioned the court to award him a default payout since the couple has yet to respond to his suit. Reportedly, the plaintiff, a man named Thomas Wyndham Mueller, asked the court to award him $724,000 in damages since it doesn't appear the defendants intend to respond to his complaint, despite being served. As we previously covered, Nicki Minaj's real name, Onika Tanya Mirage Petty, 41, and Kenneth Petty, 45, were sued by Wyndham Mueller over an alleged incident that happened at one of the rapper's shows in Germany back in 2019. The security professional claimed that while he was working the concert, a fan rushed the stage seriously, angering Minaj. Though the individual was notably removed immediately and did not cause any harm, subsequent the moment, the Needles artist allegedly went backstage and began recording while viciously reprimanding a female staffer, prompting Wyndham Mueller to intervene. Instead of de-escalating, however, the lawsuit claims Minaj became even more irate and eventually summoned the plaintiff to her dressing room, where Petty allegedly struck him so hard he had to undergo reconstructive jaw surgery, explaining what happened after getting hit with. Wyndham Mueller reportedly wrote in the suit, "Due to the severity of my injuries caused by Petty, I immediately sought medical treatment from the medics present at the venue, who told me that I needed medical care that could only be provided at the hospital. I felt a blinding pain in my head, neck, and face, and I could tell in an instant that something was seriously wrong with my jaw." He also added, "I now have 5 plates in my jaw, and my jaw has not yet been fully reconstructed. The doctors must still insert implants into my jaw as a part of the reconstructive process. In the interim, the doctors have inserted donor bones from a deceased person into my mouth." All right. Woo! But it's overlooked that she does things like this. She calls her goons whenever she feels like she wants to exert power. It's disgusting. And if her husband injured that man, the man deserves to be compensated. He's going to have a lifelong of surgeries. It's just terrible. It's terrible. Well, he will win if they don't answer the lawsuit. Period. And the sad part is Kenneth Petty don't have no money to pay this. It's all gonna come out of her pocket. And if she ordered it, I think it's only right that she paid. Because I mean, come on, girl. Learn healthy conflict resolution. All right. RZA from Wu-Tang Clan, he's the first to make history. Love RZA, love his show on Hulu. He made history as the first hip hop artist to receive innovative award from the NAMM. I thought this was dope. And this is the National Association of Music Merchants that is giving him this award. Other people that have won this award are Stevie Wonder, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, and a host of others. So RZA's formidable body of work and talent is unquestionable. His legacy of accomplishments and lasting power on music inspires many music makers beyond hip hop, and he deserves this high recognition. And I believe so. You know, he's kind of like the brains behind Wu-Tang Clan, and while they're still relevant to this day, they are still touring to this day. And I love it. I love it. See, we don't just talk about the mess at the Naughty Love movement. I like to show accolades too. Okay. And mothers, when you're talking to your daughters and breaking down and explaining how men are, I think this mother captured it in a nutshell. We'll close the show here.
It's simple. He don't like you. He don't call you. He don't like you. He don't keep his word. He don't like you. He's inconsistent. He has someone else. He only calls you when he wants something. He's using you. He starts random arguments. He's cheating on you. He's not investing in you. You're not worth the investment. Never met his family. You're not the one. Been with your guy 5+ years. No ring. No marriage. He's still searching. You're a placeholder. Men are not complicated. They're very easy to know. Men don't talk with their words. They talk with their actions. It's simple. He don't like you. He don't call you.
Okay? Take notes, people. Take notes. That's it in a nutshell. I don't feel like men are complicated either. I don't feel like men are complicated either. I'm going to play it one more time for the folks in the back, okay?
He don't like you. He don't keep his word. He don't like you. He's inconsistent. He has someone else. He only calls you when he wants something. He's using you. He starts random arguments. He's cheating on you. He's not investing in you. You're not worth the investment. Never met his family. You're not the one. Been with your guy 5+ years. No ring. No marriage. He's still searching. You're a placeholder. Men are not complicated. They're very easy to know. Men don't talk with their words. They talk with their actions. It's simple. He don't like you.
That's simple. Men don't talk with their words. They talk with their actions. Their actions tell it all. All right, that's all I have for trending topics today, Naughty Crew. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Hey, Shavy said exactly. I hope you all enjoyed the show. All right, we got into Jim Jones and his perspective on being pro-black and interracial dating. All right, we also got into Martell Holt's arrest, Angela Bassett receiving an honorary Oscar, Bernice King coming to defense of Coretta Scott King in regards to Jonathan Major's comments. She said it plainly, like, my mom was no prop. All right. We also got into 50 Cent. He's speaking it into fruition. Taraji coming to work with him. I believe it's going to happen. I would love to see what they can do together as a team. Seriously. I think 50 Cent is very talented, and I think Taraji is very talented in her own right. We all what else we get into? Oh, we got into Sunny from The View, her point of view on politics. And when it comes to politics grievances. All right. We also talked about how Florida is trying to make it like now you could bring a lawsuit if someone accuses you of being racist and they have malice intent, or accuses you of homophobia and they have malice intent and it's not true, now you can bring a lawsuit. I mean, so many trending topics. It's just a lot going on in the world. And I just think we all need to pay attention and make sure we protect ourselves and keep having conversations so that we're all aware, so that we all can share information. To keep everybody on their toes. Seriously. It's that time in the world, and I just think things are very unpredictable. We don't know how our politics are gonna go. The world could turn upside tomorrow. All right. It's just a matter of being prepared. All right. So that's all I have for you today, Naughty Crew. I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed day. And to all my haters,
and I wanna say thank you in case I don't thank you enough.
And don't forget, Naughty Crew, when you out here in the world, make sure you
ever in life, I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business.
Make sure you stand on business, all right? Make sure you're hitting that like button on the way out. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We have a good time over here. We have healthy conversation. Share my content on your different social media platforms. Donate to the channel. And please don't forget to subscribe to my backup channel, Knotty Crew Live Podcast. And follow us on all our different social media platforms. Until next time, Knotty Crew, I'm out. One.